Hey everybody, it's the TV Optimist. Today talking about My Friends Tigger and Pooh, the second show that I reviewed that wasn't a request. So the first one was Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Cartoon Comedy, and then my mom gave me this DVD as well alongside that one, or maybe whatever, she gave it to me. It has a couple episodes on there, and I go above and beyond, and I watch the entire show. I only have like maybe 3 or 4 episodes. I watched all 3 seasons of this shit. This show is basically Winnie the Pooh's version of Dora the Explorer. It's the audience member sitting there, and the main character, in this case Darby, speaks to you and asks you questions and waits there patiently without blinking. And then you're just like, yeah, that way, and that's basically it. Um, I'm not the target demographic for this show. That being said, I'm a child at heart, and I fucking love cartoons, even ones made for little tiny babies. So little preschool babies. This was Disney. What is it? Disney fucking preschool? What's that shit? Playhouse Disney, I believe is what it's called. The early morning shit for just a little tiny kids, little toddlers, and everything. That's basically what this show was made for. Like I said, Darby's the main character. She's a little girl. Hangs out with Tigger and Pooh mostly because that's what the show's called. My friends Tigger and Pooh, but a lot of the Hundred Acre Wood um, citizens, uh, homeowners, uh, residents, all of those people, Rabbit, Eeyore, all those people, uh, Piglet. They're the her, Darby, and Tigger and Pooh are in this group called the Super Sleuths, and they go and they solve all these mysteries and shit. So that's their whole thing, and it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, so who is this Darby chick out of nowhere? Voiced by Chloe Grace Moretz, by the way, before she became super mega huge for a little bit. Um, Little child actress before she was Hit Girl. So that's crazy. Like right before she was Hit Girl, maybe like a year or two. Um, so I'm thinking, I'm a huge Winnie the Pooh fan. So I'm thinking, what is it? How does this fit into the canon, right? This has to be after Christopher Robin, right? Because Christopher Robin probably grew up and gave his stuffed animals to this little girl Darby. That's cool. Nice. I like that. Except Christopher Robin shows up in like, I think it might be season 2 at Darby's age. I was like, hold up. Like, so does he just lend his stuffed animals to this girl to play her own thing? Because, Christopher Robin goes on adventures with Winnie the Pooh and the gang and everyone. So is this her version of like what they do in the Hundred Acre Wood? What is her relationship to Christopher Robin? He's British still, I believe. I don't, or he might be American in the series. I don't remember. Confusing as fuck, Christopher Robin, because he's supposed to be British. He's supposed to have, or English or whatever. And I think he might have an American accent. I'm not sure. Does he show up? So yeah, okay. So there's that season, and that one. I don't remember the first season at all. So I'm trying to look it up real quick to give myself a refresher. I should do this before I started recording. Favorite episode: Eeyore's Sad Day. Deals with depression. Yeah, yeah. So it's basically about it touches on Eeyore's depression, and um, Rabbit is all like, just be happy, and Darby's like, that's not how it works, and it's such this show, man, really blew my fucking mind with a lot of the episodes. Like, it's supposed to be just a fun little baby show. It's like Dora the Explorer, but for Winnie the Pooh fans. Like, so, like, they're touching on some real fucking heavy shit. The depression, man. Like, and you can't just tell someone to get over it. They, you have to help them. You can't just be like, stop being sad. It's not that easy. Um, damn, I forgot that shit happened. Um, but season two, boy, season two was the big one. Um, something really important happens. Let me see season three first because I might just skip over season two because it's so important. This episode I'm about to talk about. Um, season three, season three. No, it's Pooh's F1 movie. That's not the one I'm looking for. No, because the second season, like I was already like just I was balls deep in the show. Like this is probably shouldn't say that about a kid show, but I was like really into the show. I can't find out whatever the fuck the episodes. Rabbit Song for a Pumpkin, Pooh's Honeywood Problem, Smooth Buster. I don't remember any of these. Take it from me. I think season three was when they no, the actual theme song's not changed in season two. It's just Chloe Grace Moretz as Darby replaces Kay Hanley singing the theme, which is a lot better. Way better. Kay Hanley's cool, but Darby singing it changes everything. Um, what is it? It's Darby's Mystery Surprise or some shit. I can't see where it is. Darby's Awesome Sound. It might be this one. I think season two. There's actually only two seasons. Yeah, I think there's only two seasons. Because two and three are separated on Wikipedia for whatever reason. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, so it's only two seasons. Um, the what is it? The eighth episode, which is technically the 16th episode, because it's one of those like, oh, it's Rabbit song for a Pumpkin, and then you watch that little tiny like 10-minute episode, and the other 10 minutes is Pooh's Blues, like Pooh's Blues, like Blues Clues, kind of. It's another nod. It's another nod to another show that's like this one. Steve talks to the audience, but okay. So Darby's Super Sleuth Surprise is all about Darby's birthday, and they're gonna throw a surprise birthday. Now, in other shows, sometimes the other characters will acknowledge you. They don't really speak to you. You might get an episode where, like in like Dora the Explorer, for example, Boots, her little monkey sidekick, will like, oh, have you seen this? And that's cool and all, but this episode is fucking fourth wall shattering. Like I want to explain why it's so important. Like the depression episode, it's so important for little kids to know about these things, um, because there's a lot of like uncertainty at that age where you're so little and you don't. There's an entire world, an entire land of possibilities for you, and you don't know what's going on until you get much older. Then you're like, oh, the world fucking sucks, kind of. And back then, when you're a little kid, depression hits you in a different way. If you're a little kid with depression, I believe everybody has depression, has some kind of form of depression, whether that be just like a little touch of sadness or anything like that. Full blown depression where you just feel like all hope is lost. Little kids suffer that shit too. I suffered that shit. I was just like what if I fucking go to hell when I get older? Like shit like that. Like, oh my god, like it's crazy. There's crazy stuff like that. So I feel like that's an important lesson. This episode about her surprise party is really cool because she doesn't address the audience. I think she might address the audience once in this episode. Every other episode, she doors this shit. She's like, "Hey, so did you see where they went?" And just have you seen? 9 times out of 10, like sometimes Pooh and Tigger will jump in and look as well. Like, did you? Or they'll talk to you, which is nice. I love fucking Pooh Bear. I love Tigger. Jim Cummings is one of my favorite voice actors. So yeah, it's awesome to hear that and to be involved with that. they're talking about planning a surprise party. Rabbit is such a control freak. He is the character that has everything organized. He has lists. Probably the only thing I really identify with him on. I don't clean that much. I don't cook. I don't garden. I don't do all that shit. Rabbit is so fucking. I don't know if calculating is the correct word to use in this situation, but he's the character that everything needs to go his way or else. So he wants to plan this party, but he needs help, and he knows that right off the bat. He's like, I need help. And he's like, so who are we gonna get to help us? And Pooh and Tigger are like, oh, just get Darby's friends that help out. And they walk. He walks away. They start to walk away. And he's like, who friend? Who? What friends? And he's like, the ones over. They're like the ones over there. And they walk away. And he goes, looks, and he just looks over. And he's like, and he goes, oh hi. And it's like he fucking. It's one thing to be talked to by Darby and Tigger and Pooh, just like, oh, oh, hey, how are you doing? Like with the fact that Rabbit had to look for us, and then he sees us, like, oh, and this is coming from the character that's like very antagonistic, very much a prick. Like I mentioned just a few seconds ago about the depression episode, he's like, get over it. But that's not how things work. But that's how it works in Rabbit's mind because that's Rabbit. Don't fucking have fun. Where you can't just always have fun. And I have to be the leader because I'm the smart one. I'm the one that knows what's going on. To have him be the one to be like, "Oh, hello there, hey," and like, "I'm so glad I could use your help." Like, whoa, that's very meaningful. I felt like a little kid again. I'm watching this shit. I was like near tears. Like Rabbit of all people is like he's talking to me and he wants my help. Like this is such a cool way to feel involved and feel like loved. Like, and it was just, oh man, it's such a heartwarming show. I believe it. I don't know if it's on YouTube anymore. I think they might have copyrighted it, but it's definitely a show that I want to show my kids. Because like, there's a handful of shows that I really want them to see. Oh, it's on Disney Plus now, I think. Yeah, so I can easily, we got that, so I can show that to my kids. Highly recommend it for anyone that wants something that's like heartwarming and just relaxing. Just kid shows work that way. Like it's like, oh, this is really cool. That's why like a lot of the shows that my daughter watches, like I'll just catch myself being like, huh, that's cool, and just like it's nice to see how they approach certain topics and if they're even worth watching. And 9 times out of 10 they are. It's like, oh man, this is really cool. Um, and this is this when did the show come out? Like 2004, 2005, 2007. Jesus, so I was holy shit. Forgive me while I do the math right now. I was 15. I was 15 when the show came out, so totally not the target demographic, even at the time it came out. But like, it's a really good show, and yeah, basically, I mean, I'm just over here gushing right now, like just talking about how much I love this show and how much I love Disney. I'm a real shill for Disney. So just go ahead and you got Disney Plus, at least watch that episode, the Darby's Super Sleuth Surprise, because man, it's just so good. It's just so fucking good, man. Damn it. You guys have a wonderful day and keep on sleuthing. Keep on looking for clues like the Super Sleuths do. That's not how it goes, but it's really good. Yeah. You guys have a wonderful day.